Miles Bridges, he is a young wing that is an absolute demand in today's NBA and was on his way to a max deal with the Charlotte Hornets or even another team, right? He's a restricted free agent, so other teams were likely going to throw max money at him, and then the Hornets had the option to match. There were talks about even the Detroit Pistons trying to go, and this guy was going to get an absolute bag. But then he decided to make a bonehead decision, and it's something we have seen many athletes over their careers do this. Miles Bridges decided to put his hands on his wife. I have to be careful how I put everything just because it's YouTube, and YouTube's very strict on the way you phrase things. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just Google it. Miles Bridges, he has been reported to confirmed by the LAPD today that he is being charged with felony assault, and it makes no sense to me. Again, you've spent your entire life working your way to this point to be an athlete and to be, part of the 1% and to get out of poverty and to get out of, your situation, whatever his story is. Everyone's got that story. Everyone's got that, that struggle. And you dedicate everything to become this athlete, to become the guy that put all of his heart, blood, sweat, tears into reaching a level that people can only dream of. And you just throw it all away because what? You can't just walk away. You can't just, be like, I'm done. I need to go cool off. Let cooler heads prevail. Whatever the circumstances is. It never needs to get to the point of actual violence. But beyond that, you're talking about putting your hands on your wife, a woman that, has been riding with you through this journey, somebody that is supposed to be your partner. Somebody that you made a vow to protect and to stand by and all of those things. And however you feel, if you're watching this video, however you feel about marriage or however you feel about that commitment and things like that, nonetheless, he still went and took that opportunity. He saw this woman, fell in love, and decided, I am going to commit to that. And then he rode this wave to the NBA, became this star on this Charlotte Hornets team, and just was at the right time at the right place because, like I said, wing players in the NBA are just a absolute treasure trove right now. If you're a even half decent wing in the league, you're getting a bag. A guy like Miles Bridges, he was going to get generational money. He was going to get money that not only took care of him and his wife and his children and his mother and his father and whoever else is a part of his life, and decided that, no, it's more important for me to put my hands and throw it all away. And unfortunately, we live in a world where success and, celebrity trumps everything. And we've seen athletes do a lot worse and get away with it. And very likely what is going to happen is Miles Bridges is going to get away with this to an extent. He's probably going to have to pay a bunch of money. He's going to have, some bad publicity for a while. But eventually, it's just going to go away. Eventually, over time, especially if he comes back in the league and becomes, a star and continues to be the player that he's been, people will kind of, forget about it. Eventually, it'll be in the rearview mirror. We've seen many artists and celebrities and athletes just do horrendous things and just jeopardize their career. But because they are so gifted and so talented, it all goes away. Now, will Miles Bridges is he that good to where that could happen? I don't know. Only time will tell. But he threw away a lot. He threw away the man in him, the pride, the career that he has built, the reputation, just everything. The way his wife is going to look at him and perceive him, the way that the general public is going to look at him and perceive him. Children, future children, things like that. All of these things take into account. And it's just like, what was so bad that you, a athlete, a good-sized human being, needed to do what you needed to do? Again, go Google and look at the images. He didn't just push her down or just smack her. No, he literally beat her badly and caused some serious damage. Things that could be, life-threatening and things that could affect her for the rest of her life. And this guy who just thought, what? This was a good idea? He let his emotions and aggression get the best of him? And look, we're all human. I get it. We all make mistakes. We all do things that we shouldn't have done. We've all done things that we regret doing. We've all been in a situation where maybe we let our emotions or anger or frustrations get the best of us. But there are levels to this. There's a difference between, you cussing somebody out and you actually slugging them. There's a difference between, you making a bad decision and then you beating the woman you supposedly love and care for. It has this stigma, and we just see it so regularly in sports, and it doesn't make sense. I don't know what the answer is. They're just, it's the upbringing, the testosterone, the competitiveness. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is, but it just blows me away that these athletes and these people that have opportunities that many of us could only ever dream of, and they get to this point, and they get to the point, he's not just a guy that's in the league. He's not a guy that's just sitting on the bench or in the, G League trying to earn a contract or something. No, this is a guy that was going to make $100+ million this year, and just thought, it's better for me to do this. And I don't know. I don't understand the logic. I don't understand the reasoning and the thought process of just going to that degree. You have so much to lose. And it's not even about the money. It's not even about things. Just in general, like just his family, his friends, his perception, his, the stature in which he is as a man. Like all of these things, he just completely decided to cast aside to make this bonehead goofy moment a thing, make it a reality. What could she have done? Even if she put her hands on him, you don't need to go, leave, walk away, go do something. Like I said, he did it. It wasn't like she was attacking him and he just moved her to the side, or he, decided I need to get out of this situation. She's not letting me. Let me just kind of push her out of the way. And she tripped and fell or something. No, he beat her. He physically, the size and stature that he is, he decided it was a better idea to pummel this woman. I can't support that. I can't get behind that. I don't care what happened. I don't care what you did or what she did. There's points as an adult, not even as a man, just as an adult, to where you need to separate yourself from the situation. There's no excuse. There's nothing that you could have done that could justify the end result. And you just basically threw everything away because this is what you thought was the answer in that moment. And yes, maybe it was just a brief reaction. Maybe it was just a moment of anger, and he has remorse and regret and, all of the stuff we hear every time something like this happens. But it's just, why would you allow things to even get to that point? Why would you put yourself in a situation in an environment to which it could get to that point? I don't believe that this was just that his wife just all of a sudden just started going off or whatever the situation was, and then it just, boom, it got that. There's usually a buildup. There's usually things that, steps to get to this point. Very rarely do things go from here to there. Even in abusive relationships, even when it's a regular occurrence, it's usually not like, hey, honey, how are you? Boom. It's usually there's something that happens that causes the boiling point. And then, why wouldn't you just, as soon as you started to see those signs and you started to feel yourself start getting that aggression and that anger and things taking over, why wouldn't you just remove yourself from the situation? It's just, it blows my mind. And look, this is a sports channel. This is something, I'm not here to get into politics and beliefs and things like that. The only reason I'm even talking about it is because it's a sports related thing. And it's something that we see regularly with sports. And I don't understand it. We see it regularly with athletes. And it's just why would you allow yourself to get to that point and just throw everything away? But again, unfortunately, we live in a world where he's going to get off. He's he's not going to go to prison. He's not going to go to anything like that. It's not impossible, but chances are he's going to pay to get his way out of it. He's going to take a hit on his bank account. He's going to take a hit in public perception. He's going to take a hit on his contract that would have been. He's going to have to prove himself in this league. Teams are going to take a chance on him. Teams aren't not going to let him go. He's too talented. He's too gifted. And depending on how his career works out, very likely this will all get swept under the rug and he's going to be fine. And it's just, I don't know. I don't understand it. But Anyway, as always, this is a discussion, so I want to hear from you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below. What do you think about this situation? How do you feel? Like I said, I got to be a little careful on how I phrase things and talk about these things because YouTube censors stuff, and they're very picky on certain words and terms and things like that. So hope you understood what I'm trying to get across. Hope you understand what I'm trying to say. I just, again, I'm not going to get too heavy into politics and, the ins and outs of things and whether he was, if there's ever a point or things like that. I just want to keep it as the conversation, which is, why do athletes decide to make decisions like this? I'll never understand it. And I'm not saying athletes are better than anyone else. Nobody should put themselves in that position. But when it comes to these athletes, you have achieved this just level of just success and just everything that comes with it. And you're willing to throw that all away. We have seen athletes that aren't superstars do stuff and they are completely out of the league. And, look at guys like Delonte West. The guy was in the NBA. He was living the dream, making money, making ridiculous money. And he threw it all away. And now look at him. And it's such a sad story. It's such a sad sight to see. You see the reports and things come up with him and just all of the things that he's gotten into and the drugs and stuff. And my point is that it's amazing how quickly your life can change on a decision or a mistake or this or that and the other. Gilbert Arenas. He was a star in this league. Agent Zero, everything. Decided to bring guns to a locker room and he's out of the NBA. It's just like why do you make such silly choices and decisions? It's goofy to me. But anyway, again, I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions on everything we talked about, this whole situation. What do you think the end result will be? Do you agree that look, success trumps everything. He's going to get this swept under the rug. He'll be fine. He's going to take a hit on his bank account, but overall this will all go away, or do you think no? At this point, I wouldn't even be surprised. The wife, she doesn't want to lose the bag either, so we've seen it just so many times, it's just, I don't know. Again, it doesn't make sense to me, but would love to hear your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below. That being said, hit that like button. Helps me out a lot. Lets me know you enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button, followed by the bell notification. Stay up to date with all things sports. Join this wonderful community and all of our discussions. I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you.